This is the Asia Pacific, rich in cultures, traditions, peoples, and natural resources. It hosts some of the valuable large-scale ecosystems like the Coral Triangle, the heart of Borneo, the Greater Mekong Subregion, and the living Himalayas. These are the not-so-secret gems of the Asia-Pacific region. While ecosystems are continuously adapting to the changing environment, the economy of Asia-Pacific is meteorically soaring. As of 2011, the largest economies in the region are the People's Republic of China, Japan, India, South Korea, and Indonesia. Growth rates in 2012 were on average well above 7%, about twice the growth rate of the global economy. It is forecasted that India will overtake Japan in terms of nominal GDP by 2020. As Asia-Pacific continues its economic expansion, the needs of its growing population will have a dramatic impact on its natural resources. The degradation will mostly affect livelihoods of the local and poor people. This is a major reason why WWF has partnered with the Asian Development Bank, a major development finance institution that provides finance to the public and private sectors in Asia and the Pacific. The Asian Development Bank is a public international organization with 67 member countries and is based in Manila, Philippines. ADB helps developing member countries to reduce poverty and improve living conditions and quality of life.
ADB has to think of sustainable development for everything it does. So it incorporates at the policy level, at the program level, and the project level. Looking at the future, we are a bank which is very much focused on infrastructure. Almost 60 to 70% of our operation in that area. In Asia and the Pacific region, we estimate there will be a need for $8 trillion in the next 10 years for infrastructure. So at a time when Asia is moving into this direction, it is important that we put that development in the right perspective from the environmental point, which means focusing green growth, focusing low carbon growth, focusing climate change. In other words, what we're saying is we need to can have this economic growth, but we can also take care of the environment as we go along without compromising right from the beginning.
In 2011, $640 million was invested in natural resource projects. In the same year, ADB's overall investments equaled $22 billion. In 2012, over $200 million was leveraged to WWF's regional initiatives, programs, and projects. $70 million was financed by ADB. Clean energy investments in 2011 hit $2.1 billion, exceeding the investment target of $2 billion by 2013. The increasing traction for public sector partnerships within the WWF network paved the way for CEOs and representatives of WWF offices to meet in Bodrum in 2008 and agree to step up its engagement with ADB and influence its investment policies. The following year, WWF hired a full-time representative who is based in ADB's headquarters in Manila. The ADB-WWF partnership caters to national offices, program offices, and the regional global initiatives. In addition, ADB and WWF have been working together on cross-cutting issues such as water, climate change, and footprint.
It's no exaggeration to say that our ability to build a future in which people live in harmony with nature will depend in large part on what we were able to do in Asia. With more than half the world's people, and with an economy that's growing fantastically fast, more than 8% last year, the decisions made in Asia will affect all of the world. And in that context, it's of course then important that we partner with the Asian Development Bank, one of the most important actors in shaping the course of development in this region, and find ways to work together to ensure that development is both equitable and sustainable. We are in common cause here. The Asian Development Bank has made important commitments to building sustainability into all of its lending and investment activities.
What have we achieved in the past years? WWF produced input and reviewed ADB's safeguard policies. These guidelines provide the environment and social standards for every project in which ADB invests. ADB and WWF launched the Asia-Pacific Ecological Footprint Report, which provides an overview of the region's footprint on natural resources and presents innovative approaches to sustain natural capital.
A lot of big programs start very small. And one example would be, I think it was around 2007 or so, WWF approached us for a small grant under our Poverty Environment Fund to do some work in the Sulawesi Sea on marine and protected area management. This was about 250,000 grant, very small. That grant then led, along with many other things, to the development of the overall Coral Triangle Initiative, which involves 6 countries and which involves a wide range of actors and partners in marine protected area management, in coastal resource management. And so part of this relationship is about identifying those catalytic opportunities that can, when successful, be upscaled and replicated more widely.
What are the priorities of the Coral Triangle and WWF in the years to come?
Here in the Philippines, it's fairly simple. It involves food, water, and energy for all, forever. Especially as we face a climate-defined future. If you look at these 4 elements, they essentially define the work we will be doing in the Coral Triangle.
WWF, in partnership with ADB and the GEF, is supporting the Heart of Borneo initiative, which addresses the threats to this area, namely forest conversion into rubber and oil palm plantations, logging for timber and pulp production, forest fires, oil and mining industries, and illegal wildlife trade. ADB and WWF helped 3 countries to put the initiatives in the global center stage during numerous high-level meetings, global summits, for example, the Rio Plus 20, CBD COP10 in Nagoya, and CBD 11 in Hyderabad. ADB is indeed very happy to support the Heart of Borneo formally as a partner and has expressed their interest to support the 7th trilateral meeting and also the ministerial meeting, which will be held in Brunei in August this year.
One of the main flagship programs we have partnered is the JMS Biodiversity Conservation Corridors Initiative. And I think one highlight of that partnership has been that we started on pilot, small-scale pilot activities to demonstrate how biodiversity conservation and livelihoods can be put together. And that has now resulted in over $80 million investment in 3 countries.
In Mongolia, a successful community-based natural resources program where 1 million hectares of forest is managed by the community is helping bring people out of poverty. In the People's Republic of China, the General Institute of Water and Hydropower Planning of the Ministry of Water Resources, the ADB, WWF, and UNESCO have launched guidelines for integrated water resources management, water allocation, and flood risk management. These guidelines are an important foundation for a more sustainable management of China's water resources. In Pakistan, poverty environment indicators are being developed, formulating development plans and policies that also guide ADB's investments. ADB supported the Living Himalayas Summit that culminated in the signing of the Framework of Cooperation. The implementation is initially financed by $500,000 ADB grant.
So this is a powerful partnership, and it's the kind of partnership we should be seeking in Asia and in other regions of the world as we step up to the ambitions demanded by our mission.
I would say that if I was looking ahead in 5 to 10 years, we will be talking of projects, we'll be talking of initiatives, we'll be talking of primarily how we have institutionalized this green growth development in the region.
Really, I see this as almost like a marriage where we're in the relationship for the long term. And there's a fair amount of love in this marriage and commitment. There's a strong interest in each partner. I think what we need to do is reach out much more to the WWF national programs and look at how we can interact with them in the context of our country partnership strategies. Looking forward over the next decade, we've made a lot of progress. I think we need to now focus much more on delivery of results. We've gone through the kind of fanfare stage, the euphoria of setting up these large-scale programs. Now both partners really have to invest a lot in making sure that we can demonstrate results